All right, so let's just sit up on this poof for a moment. Sit up on your any little sittable that will allow your hips to release. And if it's nice, oh, here comes Joanne. Good. And then take a second just while you're here to kind of rock back and forth on your sits bones and your isquiones. Oh, and then let's just hold your sitting bones still and steady for a moment. And then you can take a second and reach your rib cages, ribs side to side. Good. Hi, Joanne. Good. Just take a little moment. You're almost kind of just working at the kinks. So these are little exercises when you are sitting at a desk too long. It's nice to take a moment to just and let your spine put a little movement in your muscles in your torso. Good. So now you exhale, lift your chest and sternum up, and then just let it come down to a really nice natural position. Let's try that a few times. So you're going to lift your sternum, el esternón adelante, and then y arriba, up, and then bring it right back down. So inhale, stretch, reaching this part of you up, and then down, allowing that to relax. One more time, up, and then down. So now let's try that with you're going to inhale, stretch, pull your shoulders up alongside the ears, and you can kind of sway side to side and wring that out of your back. Good. So we'll inhale, lift up, and then exhale, release, let it go. A couple more. Inhale, lifting up, exhaling, releasing. One more time. Inhale and exhale, release. Good. Let's imagine the top of the head floating up towards the sky. And then let the chin move in just a little so you're lengthening the back of your neck. Let's take a few big breaths here. So let your belly fill out with air. And then exhale, let it just relax. A few more. You'll inhale fully. And then exhale completely, letting it go. Inhale once again, feeling your torso grow. And then exhale, just letting yourself release. Good. So now let's take one hand to your collarbone, and I want you to just take a second to circle that arm there in your shoulder socket. Good. Beautiful. So now circle the other way. And then let your arm cross the midline, and with your opposite arm, just lightly pull on your shoulder. Give that a couple breaths. Excellent. Let's release that arm, let it come down. We'll try a few little circles with the other shoulder. Good. Just noticing if there's any sounds of discomfort coming up there. Good. Just let the arm move there in the shoulder socket. Nice and light movement. Good. Changing directions if you haven't done so already. Good. And then we're going to inhale, take a breath, open the arm, exhale, let it cross your midline, and then pull, kind of gently guide that arm across your torso. Good. Now from here, let's release. Take another breath. And then exhale, take two arms up, take opposite hand to elbow, and then lightly begin to pull both arms now across your body. Good. And you can let your head now also begin to doblar. So you can let that neck bend. Good. And then from here, let's make that movement with your arms a big circle. So you'll come up and around. Good. A couple more times this direction. And then let's try that circle the other way. Good. Now it feels nice to kind of let your ribs travel in opposition to your arms. Give that a try. Good. Let's now pause with two arms up. Slide your hand. So now you've got one hand. So I've got my right hand to my left wrist. I'm going to reach and pull, come right back up. Let's try that a couple of times. So reach, pull, release. Reach, pull, release. Couple more. Reach, pull, release. One more time. Reach, pull, release. Good. Exhale, pause for a moment. Hands resting on your head. Let's go ahead, switch the position of your two hands. And pull your shoulder blades together behind the back. Two arms coming up. Now same thing. You're going to reach, pull, release, opposite direction. Reach, pull, and release. Good. Inhale, up. Exhale, reach and pull, and then release. Two more. Inhale, exhale, reach, pull, release. Good. Last time. Reach, pull, release. Beautiful. So now let's let your hands move behind the head. Full cat-cow. As you open your chest, feel once again scapulas moving together behind you. And then you'll exhale, let the head come down. Good. And then right back up. 3 or 4 more here. Inhale. And exhale, release, feeling the weight of the head stretching on top. Weight of the hands stretching the neck. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhaling up. And exhale, floating down. Good. So now, with your hands here just at the back of your head, I want you to lightly kind of guide your neck in a little stretch over to one side, back up, and then over to the other side. So you're just sort of maybe even supporting a little bit the weight of the head as you come down. Excellent. Beautiful. So now let's take that reach and make it a little deeper. So you're reaching through the rib cage and up through your ribs, las costillas hacia arriba. Good. And up through the ribs and up. One more time, each side. Good. And now you're just going to let that weight travel in a little circle. So thinking about your relationship between your head and your tail, you might find as the head comes forward, you get a nice little stretch in your low back. Let's go ahead, take that the other way. Good. And this can just be almost like you were a little rag doll. Just letting yourself go. Excellent, beautiful. Releasing the hands. Take one hand to the opposite thigh and twist. With your back hand, push down. Stretch your wrist. Even move the eyes as far in that direction as you can take them. Beautiful. Let's exhale. Sweep to the other side. Same thing. You're just going to let the hand move to the thigh and create a little twist behind you. Moving the eyes in that twist as far back as you can see. Good, and now we'll exhale, release, sitting back forward. Once again, let's open the arms, open the legs. Nice, and now you're gonna come, let one elbow tap a thigh, come right back up, and then switch sides. So arm kind of floats through space. That arm comes up, reaches overhead. Moving nice, almost in slow motion here. Good. Let's pause on one side. Give this stretch a little breath. You can even let the top arm circle around just a bit. Let now circle the other way. Exhaling, sitting, taking that back up, switching sides. Letting your whole body lengthen here. And then a few little circles, really feeling the arm move back in the shoulder socket so the chest can open. Good, changing that direction. Let's inhale and now sit up. And you're gonna reach and just twist across your midline. Try this a few times. Paying special attention to your ribs as you twist. Letting your feet stay nice anchored in the ground. And then you're gonna twist, reach across the body. Inhale the arms up, twist, and reach across. So we'll inhale, arms up, exhale, twist, reach across, inhale, arms up, exhale, twisting, reaching across. Inhale and exhale, moving. Inhale and exhale. Good, let's go to each side one more time. Here she comes. I thought she was gonna be here. Good. All right, so now let's go ahead. You're just gonna twist towards one leg and then stretch and reach. Let the hands here come to either side of that leg and give yourself a good 5 breaths. Good, we'll inhale, sweep, taking ourselves back up. And exhale, just find yourself floating over the opposite leg. Good, we'll inhale, bring ourselves back up nice and tall, sliding one leg out and now the opposite leg in. Good, and now you're just gonna again reach through the ribs, light here through your torso. Good, using your exhales to glide, find more length. Excellent. So now let's pause towards the extended leg, stretch all the way over. You can take that top hand behind your head and open back towards that hand, so a deep stretch through the chest. Good, let's exhale, slide that up, and now we'll switch legs. Good, so now once again, just feeling your weight move through your rib cage. This is really nice for all those muscles between the ribs and the hips, in the front of you, in the back of you. Beautiful. And then when you feel ready, just exhale, take that stretch over. You may find as you're here, your body wants to melt more deeply into this. You may find taking the hand to the back of your head, opening your chest. Good, and then we'll exhale, bring that all the way back up. Let's now slide for a moment, 2 legs out. And take a second just while you're here to sit tall. So with your legs extended, you want to feel that the sits bones can now anchor into the floor and you can still lengthen out your back. Good. So from head to tail, think about maybe bringing one hand to your sacrum for a moment, another hand to the back of the head, and exhale, just rest your head for a moment in that top hand. And rest, letting the head come forward once again. Good. We'll inhale, sit that up. Switch hands, feeling your back lengthen. And then exhale, resting your head there for a moment. In your hand, feeling your chest open up. And then exhale, bringing ourselves to sit tall. Let's take two hands together back behind you. And check your neck, side to side. Good. Chin down and up. Good. And then you can reach your arms away from your torso and let your sternum come forward. Give that just a few breaths. Exhale, sweeping your hands around. Cat cow your back here just a little. Oh, that's heavenly. Exhale, stretch and reach up and out. We had a tough Pilates class this morning, so this is feeling just like the thing. Just the right thing. Inhale all the way up and exhale. Good. This time we're going to inhale, lengthen up, and then walk yourself around towards that one leg. Good. You can stretch a hand across if that feels nice. So just focusing on the side of the back, opening. Good. And then you can kind of grapevine your hands around through the front of you, just taking time, taking care. Good. And then exhale, leaning into a long stretch here. Good. Staying alert through the legs. And then we're going to bring ourselves back through your center. Exhale, coming up, pulling your legs in. Let's come off of this prop and slide it back behind you. I've got my left side facing the computer screen, so we're going to go up and get our legs in the air for just a little bit. So inhale, stretch, reach. Let your hands come towards your toes for a moment. And then let's stretch your in between your shoulder blades. So entre la escápula, you can let the shoulder blades separate. Se separan. And then you'll inhale, just kind of glide, lowering back into that. Letting your body melt down towards the floor. Let's press both feet here into the floor for a moment and lightly rock your hips side to side. You can inhale as your knees pass through the center and then exhale to twist all the way in. Letting your exhales guide your relaxation here. So you can elongate. Your head can move opposite your knees. Great, we're gonna keep this going, but we're gonna try putting one foot over a thigh. So I've got my right foot to my left thigh. And now I'm just letting my hips get a little deeper stretch as I take my weight side to side. Good. Let's pause here for a moment. Take your hands and stretch them back behind your left thigh. And let the legs move in over your chest. And again, if rocking the back feels good, elongating exhales. And now if stretching the leg up feels good, you can point and flex your left ankle. And then also circle it. Circle it the other way. Allowing your legs to unfold here, we'll place your feet back on the floor and then switch sides. So now that's the left ankle moving to the right thigh. And we're going to again just rock your weight, rock your hips side to side. Beautiful. So now from here, we'll exhale, bring the thigh bone up over your torso. And then once again, you can kind of rock the hips lightly. And then exhale, stretch, reaching that leg up so you get lengthen the hamstring, point and flex. And then circle the ankle. Full exploration of that joint, circling the other way. Good. Now let's exhale, bend the knee. And let the foot return to the floor. 2 feet down for just a moment. Arms here to your sides. Let's exhale and just lightly lift your pelvis off of the floor, giving this a few breaths. Exhale, slowly articulate those bones back down to the floor. This time we'll press our feet once again and lift the pelvis, and perhaps you'll come a little bit higher. Again, another few breaths. Use an exhale, release. We're going to come back up and exhale, press into the feet to lift the pelvis. And now bring your palms together underneath you. And if you'd like, walk your shoulder blades in. And really let the rib cage come up so you've got a deeper stretch here. Exhale, release, let that come down lightly. And then you'll draw your knees over the chest. We're just going to do almost with bent knees, just a little rocking back and forth. So one set of toes tapping the floor, opposite set lifting up. Good. Right above the floor, leave your right foot and then tap ball to heel just a few times. Good. Exhale, bringing that leg in. Opposite foot, tapping ball to heel, down low, close to the floor. Good. Pause, set your left foot down, extend the right leg, and take a few steady circles of the leg in the hip socket. Really feeling the bone move. And then taking those circles in the opposite direction. Good. We're going to exhale, bend the knee, press the foot into the floor, stretch and extend the opposite leg, and then again, just take a few light little circles. And then we can allow those circles to move in the opposite direction. Good, and then we'll let both legs come up and your arms can stretch out into a T shape. From here, let's just lightly circle the legs. So let the legs circle in the opposite direction. Softening the knees now. Let the knees fold toward one elbow and then right back up. So now you'll fold towards the opposite elbow, twisting across your midline. Inhaling as the legs reach down, exhaling as they come up. Good. We're going to pause with your legs to one side and take 5 breaths. And then we'll inhale, bring the legs up, and exhale, come to the opposite side. 5 breaths. And then we'll inhale, bring the legs back to center. Take your arms up for a moment. Let the legs come up. And then let's just lightly walk with the legs. Again, you can decide how big you want this movement to be, how slow. And now we'll take 2 arms up, and you'll let your right arm and left leg lower together and lift together. And now we'll take that with the left arm, right leg. So you're just alternating here. Inhaling to lower, exhaling to lift. Good. And then we'll pause there for just a moment. Let all the limbs circle out and away. And then let all the limbs circle in towards your body, nice and light. Good. Let's bend our knees. Feet move to the floor. Take your one arm up overhead. So I'm going to roll myself towards the computer screen here. Coming onto my right side, or this is my left side, my right side is on top. You can go whichever way is easiest for you. We're going to take a few lifts of your top leg. So the knee can stay bent for now, and you're just going to exhale and lift it up.
a long exhale. Inhale, letting the leg come down with control. Great. And so now with that top leg, just ride a one-legged imaginary bicycle. Good, changing the direction. Good, let's now pause and take that leg forward onto the floor. And then just let the knee come down. You're gonna let the top arm stretch, circling all the way behind you. So you can try this with a bent arm, or if it's feeling nice to create more extension, let the whole arm go. Good, taking that the other way. And now let's open into a twist, letting the top arm move behind you. Good. Let's bring ourselves back just over this leg. So kind of back to the starting position. And now your top knee is going to open and close. Just kind of waking up some external rotation in this leg. This hand can come rest in front. Good. So now let's hold the leg open and then exhale, release the whole leg right back down. Let's try that 3 or 4 more times. You're going to open completely, keeping the bottom hip really steady and stable. Open completely. Exhale, close. Open completely. Exhale, close last time. Open completely. Now hold, and with the top leg, just stretch it down and up. If it's nice to kind of put a deeper flex in your foot as you extend. Good, and then you can pause here. Your top hand can reach towards the leg. Maybe reach towards the toes. Maybe the bottom leg can stay bent or it wants to extend a little bit. Feeling the shoulder blades glide together. And then your top foot can come down just in front of your bottom leg. So you're not going to rest it on the leg today, but just in front. And then move the knee down so that you get a big opening here in the hip. So you can stay with this expression of this pose, or you can reach your top or that bottom foot back behind you just a little. And now stretch that quadricep as well. Let's exhale, unfold the limbs. Oh, take your top arm up, get a nice stretch here for a moment. And then we'll push with our arms and bring ourselves onto the other side. Good. So we're going to begin with just a little bit of work on our parallel hips. So you'll start with the top leg. So again, the knees stay bent. And you'll exhale and lift. And if it helps you to put a hand on that hip and squeeze your shoulder blade together, I think that's a good idea. Oh, and then from here, you can bicycle that leg all the way, reaching it out and back. And then bicycling the leg the other way. Just slow, kind of imagining if it's helpful for you, you're just like in slow moving current of water. Good. And then let's exhale. Take that top leg all the way out in front of you. Let the knee bend. And with your top arm, just create a few circles here. You can start with a bent arm and then maybe grow those circles a little bigger. And then exhale, twist into this and give yourself a few breaths. Elongating your exhales. All right. After your next exhale, let's bring our knees together. And you're just back in that stacked leg position, sort of where we were at the beginning of the sequence. And now you're gonna let's actually open just with the top knee first, just a few times. Good, keeping that bottom foot down, just waking up your external rotator group. Beautiful. So now you'll exhale, open completely, and then let the leg travel down. Use a big exhale, open and down. Exhale, lifting, open and down. Couple more times. All right, and then after this next round, hold the leg lifted in the air, and then exhale, bend and straighten your top knee. Just pumping a little blood into that leg. Beautiful. Take your top hand to this leg anywhere it feels good. Give this another few full breaths. Now you can exhale and slide the bottom leg down. And then from here, we're going to bend the top knee, bend the top foot, or put that foot in front of your bottom knee, and then let the top knee open up. So this whole part of the hip crease. And then if it feels nice, bending your back knee and taking your hand there to the foot, or I said back knee, it is your back knee, it's also your bottom knee. And then we'll exhale, release, let that go. of letting the two legs come back down. Now your top arm, you're going to pull it with the bottom arm. Maybe raise the rib cage up a little bit so you get a deeper stretch in your side. Then let's push with two hands onto all fours for a moment. Let me check the time and see how we're doing. Oh, not too much more here. Okay, so let's come and take just a cat-cow on this plane. So this deep arch of your back, I want you to practice just letting your whole stomach kind of go and hang here, which is not a very Pilates thing to do, but you may find it's kind of pleasurable to the vertebra there for a moment because you're pretty well supported. And then exhale as you come up. Really think about the head and tail moving low, and you can move the weight kind of back towards your heels. See if that deepens the stretch there in your lumbar. So once again, let's just come through and really let the abdomen hang and relax. As you do that, let the front of your throat stretch up. And then exhale, releasing. Moving a little bit of weight back there. Let's try that one more time. Good. And then exhale, letting that come back down. And then let's just, with your hips, draw a few circles. You let them travel all the way around. You can be pretty loose, pretty fluid with this movement. Good. And then from here, let's walk your two hands forward and then let your elbows come down. And again, focus on sending the tailbone up, relaxing your abdomen. Long exhales. Good. And then from here, bringing your palms once again back under your shoulders. Let's take your big toes together and slide your knees slightly apart. And then you can come forward into Adho Mukha Virasana. And again, a few long breaths, really feeling the sacrum, this part of your spine, moving in. Letting the tops of your feet also stretch here. And then we'll exhale, pulling some weight there into our hands. Let's just slide your right leg forward any amount that feels good and walk the left leg back. And then moving your hands out, you can kind of, for a moment, just rock your hips. Good. Noticing as that hip bone pulls down. That you get a deeper stretch through your side. Good. And you can now take a moment, walk your hands just underneath you a little here. Let the head move back. And then let's
exhale and walk your hands all the way out and come and stretch forward over this leg. From here, we'll push our hands back into the floor and then walk them back behind you. Curl your back toes underneath you. And then exhale, scoop your pelvis up, knees back parallel, and then slide the left leg kind of in between your two hands as you let that back thigh kind of walk further away. And you can take your fingertips out and once again let the head move back here. And then we'll walk our hands all the way out and come and fold over this leg, over this hip. Let your breaths again continue to lengthen. And then once again, we'll push our hands up beneath our shoulders. And then we're going to slide your back leg through. And we're going to start. So if you'd like, make a little prop for yourself for coming down to the floor. So I'm going to roll this blanket up. And there's so many ways I like to do this, but for today, why don't we try running at the length of your spine? And then if you want either a little prop here for your feet or for your head, let's kind of get that. You can make a couple of other choices here, either having your head on your blanket or your head kind of off of the blanket, so that you're just letting the neck lengthen out and kind of hang. So in this position, finding a way to make yourself comfortable, getting the chest opened up, or just taking a really simple Shavasana. Take a few breaths here. Imagine a real expanse down between the bones of the pelvis.
Lightly encourage your rib cage to open up with each inhale. And let that release with each exhale. Allow the lungs and the heart to rise up with each inhale. Release gently with each exhale. And then when you feel ready, just wiggle your fingers and toes lightly. Bring your fingertips for a moment to your temples and just roll in. Maybe the hands move into the scalp, thumbs pressing in around the ears and the jawline. And then from here, you can bend the knees and find yourself rolling to one side, pressing up with the arms. And moving into a comfortable seated position. We can bring our hands before the heart, bow the head, close the eyes. Your practice is a gift. Thank you. Enjoy your evening and see you before too long. Namaste. Bueno.
Yes, thank you.